Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is, of course, Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Today, something a little bit different. As in front of me, we have the S.H.FIGUARTS Harry Potter. Now, this is something a little bit different for me, as I didn't plan on getting any of these S.H.FIGUARTS Harry Potter figures, but I managed to get it on sale on Nippon Yasan. They had a flash sale, so I managed to get this for £20. So my curiosity got the better of me, and you know you're getting quality with S.H.FIGUARTS, and I am a Harry Potter fan. I wouldn't say I'm a Harry Potter head or anything like that, but I am a fan of the films, grew up with them, of course. So yeah, very curious to see what this figure is like. So yeah, I've picked it up, looking very nice in the box. You get some accessories as well. You get Hedwig, you get his Nimbus, you get some books, a wand, of course, wouldn't be Harry Potter without one. Some more promo art on the side, some more promo art on the back there. You get some interchangeable parts for his cape and Hedwig's wings, interchangeable faces. So of course, S.H.FIGUARTS, the quality does not slip. We are getting Ron, we're getting Hermione, we're getting Snape, and we're apparently getting a villain as well. So whether that's Voldemort or even Malfoy, we're not sure yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon. But let's start off with Harry, of course, and if I like this figure, then hey, you never know, I might spend some more money and get the rest. But let's open him up. Pow, and here is Harry out of the packaging, looking very, very nice. Now, it's S.H.FIGUARTS, so you know the quality and the overall build of the figure is going to be very nice. And it does look like a tiny little Daniel Radcliffe in his Hogwarts uniform. So yeah, I think Harry Potter fans are going to be very happy with this representation of Harry from the first film. He is tiny though, but he is in his first year of school. So as you would expect, he's only 4 3/4, just under 5 inches tall. But if they're going to be releasing adult figures in this wave, it would make sense for him to be a tiny bit shorter. But yeah, he's in school. What do you expect? So he does come with tons of accessories. That's what makes his figure come to life. So you get 2 waves of accessories. That was in this sort of section's in the back, and these ones are in the front. So let me show you these first. So you get his Nimbus 2000, which actually has some articulation there on the flight stand, or not flight stand, but the actual broom stand. You get Hedwig, which showing you white on white is not probably a good idea, but see if it will focus. So there is little Hedwig there, looking sweet. And he has no pegs or anything, but he does have his little claws. So he will just sit on Harry's arm without any sort of glue or pegs or anything like that. So there's no magic there, and he sits on his arm quite nicely. You get some books as well, so they're glued together. You can't take them apart, but it's fine, some books. So Harry could have these books under his arm like he's about to go to class or something like that. So there you go. And then you can have Hedwig sit on his shoulder, nice and easy. And you also get a little wand. So obviously none of these hands will hold this wand, but he does come with some other hands. So yeah, even there's some plenty of accessories to have pose this guy around with. But he comes with some interchangeable faces, so you can change the personality, a different cape, so you can get him in some flight stands, and Hedwig comes with some wings. So yeah, let me open up these and I'll show you those different heads. So there is a closer look at Harry's head sculpt, and as you can see, those glasses there are actually sculpted on his face, so you're not going to have the issue of losing tiny little glasses and not going to be able to find them in your carpet. So I think that's probably the better choice for S.H.FIGUARTS to go there. But to take his head, well, face off, you have to take off part of his hair, which reveals the full face, and this probably shows you the face much better. As you can see, it's very accurate. You can even see his little trademark scar, but that never looks good, does it? So let's take that off. Let's put a second face sculpt on. So I've not seen what these look like yet. So that one is just a tiny bit different. He looks maybe a little bit more serious. He's not smiling as much, but still looks like Harry, but not too much of a drastic change. Let's take that off again. Let's take that off, and let's try the next one. And this one is a little bit different. It's sort of like I suppose it's meant to be an angry Harry Potter, but instead it just looks like a confused, constipated Harry Potter. So yeah, 3 different face sculpts, but not crazy different in expressions. I think I preferred the original smiley one first, so I'll put the smiley one back on, as I believe that is the better one. But that is how you change the face sculpts and stuff like that. And I know some people may not like hair, it sort of sticks out, but I actually quite like it. Definitely going for a sort of Beatles style haircut, but that's what it was like in the film. Okay, so white on white probably wasn't the best idea to show your Hedwig, so I've switched to blue. But as you can see, there is a tiny bit of articulation. There's neck swivel, so you can swivel his neck if you wanted to, as all owls should. It can go all the way around. You can even see a little peg there, so I'm guessing you can plug him into a flight stand if you wanted to. And he does have articulation in the wings. They are attached by a ball peg, so you can get a slight bit of movement on them, but obviously just back and forth, not really much out. But as that one just fell out is fine, because I can now show you that, as I said, they're on a ball peg. So the extra wings you get, just plug in, as simple as that. You can even hear a little pop as they go in. There you go. So now you can get Hedwig flying if you wanted to. So as I said, he has an actual hole there, so you can get him in a flight stand. And there is articulation, obviously, so it's not a lot, but it's enough. So yeah, you can get Hedwig flying with Harry on your display. Or again, I'm guessing he can just balance with Harry. Well, probably, yeah, you can. You can get him balancing because the wing will fit around his head. So he's a little bit heavier now, so a little bit more awkward to get balanced, but I'm assuming you can do it. I'll just push him a little bit forward. Well, maybe with a bit of finesse you can get it to work. But yeah, there's Harry in there. Hedwig. So I'm going to stay on the blue as I show you these interchangeable hands, because it makes me feel like Robo from the Fuchs. So here is his first set of hands he comes boxed with, which are just sort of open palm hands. Then he comes with 2 wand holding hands, so you can get him to hold his wand in either of them. So if I get his wand, you can see that it just slides in there, nice and simple. So now he can do some spells. He comes with 2 really wide hands, so I'm guessing these are for holding his broom or even his books. And he comes with 2 more open hands, but these have a bit of a tighter grip. So again, for maybe holding his broom, we shall find out in a second. So as I mentioned, he also comes with a separate cape with sort of like a blowing in the wind effect, so you can get him into some decent poses on his broom. So I'm going to take his coat off and swap it with this one. In case you wanted to know, that's what he looks like without his coat on. Obviously, I've took that off now. And it would have been good to get some interchangeable arms, so you could have him with his school uniform without the robe, but it doesn't work obviously because the shoulders are all black. But as you can see, Bandai very cleverly hidden all the official markings on the back of the figure, so when he's wearing his capes you don't have to see that. Hasbro and Marvel Legends, take note, we're fed up of seeing writing on the back of the legs, thank you. So let's put the other cape back on, and there he is doing his best Marilyn Monroe impression with the wind swept cape, which looks really good. So now I'm going to get him to fly on his broom, and by the way, those hands do hold the broom, and you can get him to balance like that if you wanted to. But let's see if I can get him on his broom. So there is Harry sitting on his broom. He's even got his legs on the stirrups, and yeah, he holds that quite tightly. And if you can get this on a flight stand, I can imagine it looking quite good. Now, there's nowhere to peg a flight stand in, but I'm going to have a try with a Mafex stand and see if I can get it to look good. But yeah, there he is. So there you go, I managed to find a flight stand and get Harry on it, and to be fair, he looks very good. So if you had him amongst your display, just flying above the rest of your figures, then I'm sure he will look very good and stand out, and he sits on that broom very well, I've already mentioned. And as I said, if you have extra pieces, then Hedwig does have a peg in the back of him, and you can attach Hedwig to the flight and get him flying with his good friend Harry. So that looks pretty good. And again, Hedwig has some articulation, so get it to work to your advantage. But yeah, get Hedwig flying along with Harry. Now again, white on white is probably not a good idea to show that off. But again, displaying options. This figure, for the price point that I paid anyway, is very good. I'm not disappointed at all. So plenty of playability with your figure. So now I just feel like I'm going to have to get the bloody rest. Now, before we finish, let's do some quick comparisons. So here we have another S.H.FIGUARTS figure. This is, of course, Tony Stark, aka Iron Man from Iron Man 3. And staying with Marvel, let's bring in someone who we would assume would be friends with Harry Potter. And that is, of course, Stephen Strange himself. And I like the scale with these guys. Obviously, Harry Potter is a kid, so it would make sense for him to be smaller than an adult figure, but he is still very short. Now, to show you how short he is, I'm going to do some weird comparisons and bring in Bart Simpson from Playmates, because I love The Simpsons and I have a ton of those figures. And as you can see, Harry Potter is taller than Bart Simpson. And then bring in Ash Ketchum, which is another S.H.FIGUARTS figure. And this is Ash from, obviously, the Pokemon animated film with Pikachu on his shoulder. And there you go. Ash is probably a little bit taller than Harry Potter. So if you have any of those, then you know the score. And one last comparison, as it is random and I have just reviewed this figure on the channel. There is Pennywise the Clown towering above Harry Potter. So final thoughts are, I really like this figure. If anything, it makes me want to go back and watch all 8 of those Harry Potter films. And yeah, it's very good. I didn't expect to buy this figure, but now I think I'm going to end up buying at least Ron and Hermione. So all 3 of them can stand on the shelf. But I reckon you get some fun accessories as well. As I said, Hedwig is of a nice touch as well. Some interchangeable faces that didn't really have many expressions, but it's nice to get the displaying options. Of course, his broom and the way that they included the extra cape so you can get him into some flying stands was very, very nice. So overall, very happy with this Harry Potter figure. S.H.FIGUARTS never let you down, so I knew I wasn't wasting my money. But yeah, just now I fell into that trap of having to get them all. So anyway, if you enjoyed this review, go and check out the videos tab. I've got over 200 videos, me mainly reviewing Marvel Legends with a few other things I've picked up along the way, mixed in amongst them. So make sure if you like what you see, you hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated as always, people. And I shall see you on the next one.